Talking to and communicating with one's ancestors. Is this the real thing? What's the deal with that? That's what we're going to be getting into today. For those who want to know a little bit more about, you know, how can I speak to my ancestors who've passed on? And is that really something I can do? What do I need? Do I need to have tools? Do I need to be good at meditation? These are the things, the questions that come up when I was first starting out. And as I continue through this journey called life and spirituality, I gain more and more knowledge. And so I wanted to share some things with you today. Right now, for me, as I'm recording this, it's about 4 a.m. Eastern Time. And just the first thing I want to say is that this time frame, it's a really great time. And if you do your research, you will see that many spiritual healers like myself believe that between the hours of 3 and 6 a.m., that this is when that veil is thinnest between worlds, spirit world, our earthly realm, and the ability to speak to, commune with, give thanks to, and get guidance from your ancestors and those who have passed and those who you respect. So bring this. I used to have a little bell or something that can, audibly start to help your senses, come together and clear your mind so that you can be an open vessel to reach your ancestors. I wouldn't say that you need tons of items necessarily. There are some aspects to a ritual like this that you may want to have. If you have an altar area set up, like I do, where you can have certain items there ready for you, that would be awesome. You can see there's a candle flickering in the background, and I have some others here by me just lighting the way. One has a nice scent to it, and it's actually called Meditate. So, so some type of lighting, like candles, would be something good. Maybe a light bell. It doesn't have to be a bell. It could be a rattle or just anything. Maybe something that means something special to you, because that's really an important part, to have just a piece that's special to you. It doesn't have to be that you have to buy it from a special type of store. It could be a bell that you've had in your family for years, and you're like, oh, let me get that, dust that off, and bring that over here. And it might mean so much to helping you connect with your ancestors. Something else that you want to have is some water for yourself, first of all, to drink, stay hydrated. But another aspect of water that you want to have, and another aspect of reaching out to your ancestors, is going to be the libation. The libation. That basically means that we are putting water into sacred water that we've prayed over and said a prayer over, into a plant, or if you're outside, directly onto the ground, but it needs to be into something that's living. And this is where we're giving the gratitude to the ancestors that we're speaking to, or that to the ancestors that we're thinking of. And the libation can simply include, like I said, some fresh spring water that you have prayed over when you first started your ritual here, and you want to give thanks. So I give thanks, praise, and adoration to my maternal grandmother, Leola Odum Grant. Ashe. And my paternal grandmother, Annie B. Dickinson, Croom, Ashe. And then you can give libations to, those who have passed. They could be younger, they could be older. I tend to focus on the medicine women in my family, but you can give libations to men, women, anyone that you who has made an impact in your life or who you want to start up communication with. We also can give libations to those who are still present with us. So I will do a libation and I'll say all praise and adoration for my elders. So the elders are still here with us, right? My sacred mother, Gertrude Grant Crew, is an adoration. Ashe. So it doesn't have to be only those ancestors who have passed, but also elders who are making an impact in your life. And then last but certainly not least, one of the types of libations that I learned through my classes with Queen Afua, giving praise and adoration to your divine self. Your divine self. You have a glowing light within you that is divine. You want to uncover that and you want to give credence to it and you want to respect it. So when you're doing libations, don't forget your divine self. All praise and adoration to my divine self and my contemporaries, those sisters that I routinely meet with and who are spiritual like me. They are my contemporaries, and I give thanks to them as well. Thank you, beautiful aloe plant. So beautiful. Okay, so we've talked about having some lighting, maybe candles, having some type of auditory sound to connect with your spirit. We talked about having fresh water for a libation, and you can pray over that when you first start your session. I've already done mine. And then you can also have some other items on your altar or in your area, things like stones, rocks, crystals. We've talked about those a little bit before in one of my Damiana classes. So today I've got a clear crystal that's like a spinner type that can help to radiate the spirit, that can help radiate the power. And the stone that I'm going to be using today is amethyst. Okay. Amethyst is, obviously this beautiful purple color, and purple is my spirit color for not only royalty, but also amethyst connects with the third eye and the crown chakras, which really help me to uh, deepen my spiritual connection. So I've got my amethyst today. So that's the basics of connecting with your ancestors. One other piece is something maybe scent oriented. So I already mentioned this candle that I have. It does have a scent to it, but I also like to have some type of incense, perhaps that can help deepen that spiritual connection as well. One, you can have your typical incense, right? Like sandalwood or nag champa or something like that. But you could also have like mugwort, which really can help to get you closer to that spiritual plane. Read up a little bit on mugwort. You can take that in as a tea, as well as you can have that scent help to get you where you need to go on this spiritual realm. So there's that. And last but certainly not least, I would recommend after you've done your prayers, after you've done your libation, and you have your scents and you have your audible, to go ahead now into some breathing exercises. I like to do fire breaths in the morning. like that. Um, that right there was about 4 or 5 breaths. I like to do a minimum of 300, and sometimes I go up to 5 or 700. It just really allows your brain, right, to open up and to be uh, ready and vessel and easy to enter and allow you to more easily get where you need to go on the spiritual plane. So do some breathing exercises and then head on into your meditation. You can do any number of meditations. It could be just like a prayer, essentially, where you close your eyes and you're connecting, all the way to you can get on YouTube and find a video that you like that does a meditation, and then you do that meditation and you get where you need to go and talk to the ancestors you need to talk to. We'll get more into this later. I just wanted to give a short example of some of the tools you might need to reach out to your spiritual ancestors as I do every morning, and it feels so good. So I hope this helps you in your journey. Everyone's journey is different. It doesn't have to look like anyone else's. You don't have to necessarily have on a headscarf. You don't necessarily have to set up an altar, but these things can make it easier to help guide you and keep you on track if you are really serious about wanting to reach your ancestors. All right. Well, if you have any questions or experiences in this type of meditation, I'd love to see your comments down below in the chat. Let me know, and I will see you next time. Peace.